Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Let's talk about an uncivilized mutt. Judge John Roach, the judge in the Karmelo Anthony murder trial, has allowed a known racist who threatened Karmelo Anthony's life to have an opportunity to go home. Yeah, fam, Jake Lane was initially held on a $1 million bond. Thanks to John Roach, that bond is now reduced to $250,000, which means he needs about $25,000 to go home. Yeah, fam. Look at this uncivilized mutt. That uncivilized mutt. Yeah. Anyway, fam, check out the story.
Details obtained exclusively by CBS Texas. Court documents revealing that a prominent right-wing activist has been charged with making a terroristic threat to allegedly kill Karmelo Anthony.
And this is what I'm doing here. I'm just giving you the timeline right here. I'll play the bond reduction in a minute.
Jake Lang spent 4 years in prison for the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Our J.D. Miles with the exclusive new details from the Collin County Courthouse.
We reported on this arrest last week, but up until now, it hasn't been revealed what led to it. Jake Lang was out here earlier this month with hundreds of other demonstrators. We learned today from court documents he was reportedly recorded on a live stream video saying that he was going to kill Karmelo Anthony with a gunshot to the head.
Fix your culture. Fix your culture.
These are some of the videos that show right-wing activist Jake Lang confronting supporters of Karmelo Anthony outside the Collin County Courthouse.
Let me just stop for a moment. I can't let this slide, fam. Fix your culture. What culture does he belong to? Because that uncivilized mutt just did 4 years in a federal penitentiary for trying to overthrow the government. That uncivilized mutt goes city to city to city to city, trying to provoke people into violence. He's trying to start a race war. He is a criminal, a known criminal, a provocateur, an instigator. He is what people consider white trash. And he talks about fix your culture. The projecting never stops.
First day of testimony in Anthony's murder trial. It was on that day, June 4th, when authorities say Lang was recorded on video saying to someone, "He won't be playing basketball. I will be waiting outside this courthouse." Guess what? Headshot done. Authorities say an unidentified individual responded, "So you going to kill Karmelo Anthony?" To which Lang reportedly answered, "Yes, yes, I will." The Texas Fusion Center, which was covertly monitoring the courthouse for threats, along with social media and live streams, used facial recognition technology to identify Jake Lang as the person on the video making the threat to Anthony's life. The 31-year-old from Florida was arrested while trying to leave the state and has been in the Collin County Jail with a $1 million bond, charged with making a terroristic threat. It's a felony that comes with a 2 to 10-year sentence if convicted. Here is a recording of the live stream, which got Lang in serious trouble.
And I'll be right here too.
Headshot.
And I'll be right here too. So you gonna kill him?
Yes.
So you gonna kill Karmelo Anthony?
Yes, I will. Lang has a history of arrests since he was pardoned by President Trump after spending 4 years in prison for the January 6th, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. At the time of this latest arrest, authorities say Lang was already violating a criminal trespass warning he received outside the Collin County Courthouse 2 days earlier.
So he has a history of arrest since he had his sentence reduced by Donald Trump, your president. He has a history since he was pardoned, since he was granted clemency. Since he was granted clemency, he has a history of arrests. Can somebody say uncivilized? If there is a candidate who qualifies for not being able to live in a civilized society, it would be Jake Lang. He is an animal. He needs to be caged. He has shown time and time again the propensity to not be able to operate, to live inside of a civilized society. You must arrest this animal to save the rest of society. He is an animal. He should be locked up, caged.
From the property for 30 days. CBS News Texas discovered that Lang has an online fundraising account that's collected nearly $50,000 on the exact same crowdfunding website as one that just days ago shut down an account to collect money for the family of Karmelo Anthony.
So Give, Send, Go allows a known racist, a known instigator, a person who's made threats, who was arrested for terroristic threats, to raise funds. But they won't allow the family of Karmelo Anthony to raise funds for themselves. Karmelo Anthony's family has been displaced because of the threats on their lives. They've had to leave their place of work. They can't just work where they used to work at anymore because the uncivilized mutts are making threats and pulling up on their job. Jake Lang was one of them, I believe, that pulled up to Drew Anthony's job and harassed him. So much so that he had to leave his place of work. So they need financial support to help them as they navigate through this court system with their son. These are innocent people. Karmelo Anthony's parents didn't hurt anybody. They didn't kill anybody. They didn't threaten anybody. But yet, Give, Send, Go stankin' asses pull their fundraiser? Make it make sense. You can't.
Lang is scheduled to appear for a bond hearing tomorrow in the same court in front of the same judge, John Roach Jr., who presided over the Karmelo Anthony murder trial. In McKinney, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
Okay, let me just say this, fam. Jake Lang is a classic right-wing coward. He is a coward who only attacks when he has size, numbers, or weaponry. This is what they do. This is their MO. Size, weaponry, numbers. That's the only time they attack. And one of the primary reasons they attack is members of law enforcement protect them. The courts protect them. Take that protection away, and those cowards stay at home on the internet and just anonymously. That's what they would be doing, anonymously. That's who they are. Jake Lang is a coward. I got 4K proof that he's a coward. Check this out.
Drawn in response to the presence of out-of-state right-wing influencer and pardoned January 6 rioter Jake Lang. Lang surrounded throughout the afternoon by a few of his supporters and many more protesting his rhetoric. Behind them, as the initial crowd hits its peak, an armored Minneapolis police vehicles and officers in tactical gear in line. A couple of times ordering protesters over intercom to keep off the streets.
God bless America, God bless President Trump, and God bless legal immigration.
Jason Johnson came from Greater Minnesota to join Lang's, quote, Crusader March, leaning on anti-Muslim rhetoric in support of massive ongoing immigration enforcement in the Twin Cities.
People are worried about these people who are coming into our town because they're solely looking to disrupt things and to harm people who are here defending our immigrant communities.
They think that they can commit crimes, beat up people, make threats, burn crosses. They think they can do anything they want to as long as they say, God bless America. As long as they say, our country. They think they can do anything that they want to do. And again, the primary reason that these uncivilized mutts behave that way is, number one, they were untrained by their mammies and pappies. That's number one. But number two, the police gives them refuge. The courts give them relief. Yeah. Take that away, and these cowards will mind their business. They would mind their business. Jake Lane is such a coward. He's so brave, though, he couldn't keep the mob off of him, so he accepted the help of a black man out of all people who were there. And this black man is mentally sick because he said some other stuff afterwards, and you'd have to look it up. But this dude is way off. He put his life in the middle of Jake Lane and an angry mob. And after everything was over and Jake Lane got back to a safe place and he was on a podcast with Alex Jones, Jake Lane said he tried to pickpocket him. He tried to pickpocket him. He said that the black dude was trying to pickpocket him. Alex Jones was trying to give him a way out. Alex Jones like, yeah, but don't you think he's one of the good ones? He was, nah, man, they're all bad. Man, they were trying to pickpocket me, acting like they were trying to help me. Yeah. See, I couldn't have been that. Couldn't have been me. I'm on code. I would never, under any circumstances, rescue a Jake Lane. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care what it is. If anything, I'm going to step out the way so they can get at his ass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I'm going to give you what you give me. One thing about it, I'm going to be consistent. Yeah. Yeah. Jake Lane got his head busted, and all he did was kept walking. See, he all tough. What he's doing, he's trying to rally the troops because he ain't about that life. He's not a soldier like that. He's trying to all that there, trying to get the dummies who don't think for themselves to get behind him and get them, pump them up to go out there and do something, put a battery in their back to get them to go out and do something. But he ain't going to do nothing because when he had an opportunity to do something, he did not do anything. That's the coward he is. He got bust all across the head, and all he did was doing this here. They knocked him to the ground. He just got up and he was inside these women's car, this trans lady car of all people who saved him. And they were kicking him while he was inside the car. He wasn't even doing nothing. I'm going to tell you something about me, fam. Man, I don't care how many people it is. I'm going to get my lick back. I ain't smart enough to just keep running. If you hit me and I'm not finna. Man, I'm a baby. The main one, I'll zero in on one dude. Whoever is the one that's the most aggressive, I'd zero in on him and I just attach myself to his ass and I would not let go. I would bite, claw out his eyes, stick him, whatever I can do, pick up, get up to a brick, anything I can do. They can be hitting me. They can hit me, beat me to death. I'm going to get his ass. I bet you that. I bet you I ain't finna take off running. It ain't going to happen like that. Not when I'm right. I'm not finna be walking and getting hit and not swinging back. That's why I don't go to protests, because the police is there for the establishment. The police is always going to be on the side of white supremacy. So if you're out there on a protest, you out there rallying against white supremacy, you at a disadvantage, because if some kick off, the police going to pick the side of white supremacy because that's the side they're already on.
Largely drowned out by counter-protesters and music, the vast majority of signs signaling support of Minneapolis's Muslim and Somali and larger immigrant community. Things escalated during the march that followed. Chopper 5 was overhead as someone appears to hit or push Lang and he falls to the ground. Another video shows people repeatedly kicking him as he's inside this car. Organizers of the larger Defend Our Neighbors protest say they firmly stand in nonviolence, telling me they decided not to march to avoid such escalation. People also joined in from various locations throughout the afternoon, leaving it unclear who's responsible for these apparent assaults. Drew Harmon with Minnesota 50501 says peace was the message all along.
I mean, how clear.
That's all, fam. That's all. I just wanted to see show you how much of a coward he is. His words, his threatening words, mean nothing to a civilized person because he ain't gonna do nothing. That talking that he does, that dog whistling that he does, that outright overt threats that he make, that's for the fools, the clowns. That's for them to go out and do something to risk their life and risk their freedom. Jake Lane ain't gonna do nothing. He just like all the rest of the coward leaders that they have. They ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna put it on the other cowards, the dummies who don't think for themselves to go out there and mess their lives up. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.